It is Friday, March 26, 2021. Good morning. I'm Pastor Thor Ramsey with Center Church. This is Gospel for 5, where we take 5 minutes out of our day and focus on the gospel because Jesus is the gospel. And the scriptures have revealed to us that Jesus is the wisdom of God. So we're looking at the Christian sexual ethic based in the revelation of God, based on the claim that the God of the universe has revealed his sexual ethic for humanity to us. And so the wise person who knows the wisdom of God, who knows Jesus Christ, will be delivered from the forbidden woman or the forbidden man, from the adulteress with his or her smooth words. So we have that smooth words, right? Words that sound enticing, legitimate. There is justification to them. Who forsakes the companion of her youth or his youth. So this is someone who marries, right, later on because they want someone, a forbidden person outside their marriage. And what do they have to do to have a relationship with that person? They have to forsake another person. So here's the thing about adultery. It's always someone's fault. There's no such thing as no-fault adultery. You don't just find yourself in adultery. It's not just something you stumble into. Generally, there is it begins at an emotional level. And through that emotional level, the person begins to, justify the steps they need to take. And this is really what happens in so many, even Christian relationships, Christian marriages. And forgets the covenant of her God. That's the thing about Christian marriage. Your marriage is about more than just you and your spouse. In Christian marriage, which is why Paul illustrates marriage with the unity of Christ and his church, because marriage is about the person of Jesus Christ. Marriage is teaching us something. It's illustrating a reality about who God is and how Christ unites himself in devotion to his church. So marriage reflects that. Now it is a gift, and we're blessed to participate in marriage when we're married, but it's about more than your relationship with your spouse. It's about more than your personal happiness. And we've just reduced marriage to a hyper-individualistic desire for happiness. Now, isn't that what most people, even in Christian marriages, what is the bottom line? Like, well, I'm not happy. Doesn't God want me to be happy? It's always a self-centered motive, as if everything in the universe revolves around your personal satisfaction. And the reality is, from a Christian worldview, it doesn't even come close to that, my friend. So there's nothing you can do from a Christian worldview for the Christian to really justify your divorce. And so many Christians justify their divorces. They justify their divorces for non-biblical reasons. So many Christians today have adopted the therapeutic language of the culture, and they find such rationalizations to leave their spouse that have nothing to do with true and actual biblical reasons for divorce. And that tells you something about the times we're living in right now, that Christians are searching for biblical reasons for divorce. And there's only one, adultery. This is the one we're talking about. If you're a Christian and your spouse cheats on you, there is biblical warrant for divorce in that case, and that's the only case. That's the only case. Now, I know you're going to give me all kinds of qualifiers because of the culture we live in today. So I don't have time to answer all those today, but we're just talking biblical brass tacks right now. We're not talking, of course, about your very special situation. And I know that all Christians have such very special situations in their marriages, that there's no marriage like your marriage, and no one's experiencing the emotional turmoil and pain that you're experiencing. And of course, yes, I am being a bit sarcastic, because I'm telling you, people have gone through worse emotionally. I'm not dealing with the physical aspects of this right now. But what I am saying is, we live in such a state today where these words are controversial even within the church. So you'll be delivered. The person who follows the wisdom of God, you'll be delivered from the forbidden woman, from the adulteress with her smooth words, who forsakes the companion of her youth and forgets the covenant of her God, that our first commitment in marriage was made to God. So when you break your marriage vows, you're not just leaving your spouse, you're breaking the commitment you made before Almighty God. And therein lies the seriousness of divorce. Now, what has God said to you today? What are you going to do about it?